3. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Hey, there's that McDonald's flag. Josh apparently is in the void. Alright, that's Adams. Let's fix. Did I mention that this is my favorite part about D&D?
Fixing the cameras.
Fixing the cameras.
I mean, you start fixing them before everybody turned them on.
It's true, and yeah, but usually like we're missing someone and someone's like, I won't make it, I'll be late.
Oh, hey, look, it's Jeremy.
Oh,
Just
look, it's
turned his
Jeremy.
on.
Yeah, look.
Look at this beautiful mug.
And Josh just turned his off.
Yeah.
No, it's a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Do we need the cameras for the recording, though?
Yeah, that's true. We don't really. It's just more aesthetically pleasing for me, being able to see faces. That's 1. Jeremy. 2. Brad, did you see my new, for the campaign, the new technical difficulties screen?
No.
It's, I'm sharing it right now.
Oh, I'm looking at it. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
All right. Whoops. I like it.
That is the best AI art that free AI art could provide.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's really good.
The more you look at it, the worse it gets. That's the funniest part to me.
Listen, they did a surprisingly good job with the D20s, all right?
They you know what they did? They did a pretty damn good job.
There's no legible numbers, but that's
No.
okay.
The key phrase I typed in was technical difficulty, and that's what it came out with.
What does it say at the bottom of that screen?
No, it's not any language that I have ever seen.
Fluey?
Yep, flee
Fluey
the
the...
stroke. That's about all I could get out of it. So you got about as much as I got.
Look at that artwork. Just beautiful.
Yeah,
Too
you
pretty.
can thank Bing AI. I think did that.
It actually is really cool. I like that.
Yeah. I call it. I'm too poor to get someone to commission something.
That's fair.
They'd probably want more money than you'd expect, too.
Buddy, listen. From my Twitch days, don't I know it? One of those stupid little emotes I had. One would be like
Yep.
$45.
Oof.
What?
Yeah, man.
They're small,
Fuck,
but
you're almost
they're
buying,
tiny.
like, yeah, you're almost buying picture images at that point, like
Right? Like,
NFTs.
yeah. And then, fuck's Justin's camera? Jordan there. I'm also just doing this to buy time, to see if Marge will answer. But he's most definitely dealing with child, which is, or two, because he does have two. Fucking.
So I installed above
VTT,
BTT, but it's only giving me instructions. It's not giving me an option to join.
because you have to use Chrome.
I didn't have this issue with the last campaign.
Really?
Mm.
I think there was an update, if I remember reading it correctly, that like it now only legit works on Chrome, just to be a pain in the ass.
Are we joining VTT?
You can. You don't have to. It's not necessary for today. I may just show a couple things off, but I'll be sharing my screen. So if you just want to look at that, for today, that is enough.
Mm.
Okay. Hey, Dick Moon has joined the server. Welcome, Dick Moon. Where's the crow? I need to bring the crow in. Crows have made their first appearance.
Yay.
Marge isn't dealing with child, he's fighting off crows.
He's fighting them crows.
He's out there on his roof with a broom.
Fighting for his damn life. I mean, that's what happens, man. You're sitting down, you think life's pretty good, and then all of a sudden, crows.
That's what happened to Spencer, and we never saw him again.
Listen, man. Who? All right, well, we might as well get started. Welcome, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. That's literally what the first thing I have. Welcome back. We're doing campaign 2. I'll get to what campaign we're going to be doing in a little bit. First, of course, welcome new party member Justin. Welcome, brother Justin.
Hello.
Brother Justin.
Brother Justin.
Welcome.
And then for those who were not here and those who, most of you I assume don't remember every tiny little minute detail about hang on, I gotta fix cameras. They all got fucky. You know what?
Oops.
That's all good, man. Yeah, I'll fix that later. So yeah, I just kind of did a quick recap of last campaign. Basically, it started off, Gundren Rockseeker and his two brothers hired you guys to escort his wagon of oxen and supplies to from the capital of Neverwinter to Phandelver. It was to be a simple mission, but wheels fell off almost immediately when a civil war broke out amongst the party on whether or not the oxens were demonic, leading to the death of one oxen. It was undetermined if that oxen was evil or not. We have not found concrete proof yet, and I don't think we will because we ended up eating it. But it was good to air out our differences now, so nothing comes up later on. No more issues with the party. Definitely no more infighting. Along the trail, the party ran into a band of goblins who ended up kidnapping Gundren because the party was late. Because, you know, you got one oxen, it's going to move slower than two. That's not me talking, that's math. The party tracked down the band of goblins to the Cragmaw hideout, where after kidnapping a goblin of our own, naming him Febs, or Yoda, depending on who you were, the now self-proclaimed Guardians of the Galaxy cleaned out the hideout, saving not Gundren, but a knight who was then called Annoying, named Sildar, who was escorting Gundren along the way. He was immediately tasked to be Febs' slave, so this is when the slave trade began, which was really unfortunate.
Well, it depends on who you are.
It depends on where you are in the line. If the further up the line you are, the better you end up. We found out that Gundren was taken to the Cragmaw Castle by King Groll and was delivered to be delivered to someone named the Black Spider, because Gundren and his brothers found a map to the Wave Echo Cave, a long-lost mine that holds a secret altar with unknown powers. After gathering supplies in the settlement of Phandelver, the party gained a new member, Uzurk. Lovable Uzurk. We also then saved Wintermist, or ruined it. The history isn't really quite clear on the matter. All we know is team chemistry was never stronger, and nothing can break that. Absolutely nothing. There was definitely no fighting or cursing or swearing at each other. We also gained another companion who was originally named Ung, renamed to Hunor, a simpleton gnome. We also gained a airship named the SS Flytanic, which was very helpful when you had to go 5 feet to the left and then forget about it for the rest of the campaign. With Uzurk now in tow, the party raided/ravaged the poor village of Phandelver, including returning Sildar to the mayor at Mach 5 right to the face, permanently damaging his vocal cords, and managing to get themselves kicked out of every single establishment except for the Alderleaf Ranch, run by Quelline Alderleaf and her young son Carp, which we definitely did not give a penis to. There was no peni given to the small boy.
There's also
Just
no
like-
we. Somebody.
Somebody.
It's the royal we. As
There ain't no royalty here.
as we learned very, very much during campaign 1, it is guilty by association.
Hey,
That is the one thing we learned. Um, it didn't really last long at the Elderleaf Ranch because immediately 4 of you tried to sleep with the woman. 2 of you unfortunately succeeded. She then begged and pleaded with you to go save her taken husband and small daughter from the Red Brant Manor. What little is said about the misadventures inside that goddamn manor, the better. From attacking a crypt, Uzurk falling in a trap hole, burning a little girl's face off, Uzurk falling in a second hole, all but 2 of you falling into that second hole, using Marge as a margaring ram to open an unlocked door, killing of an innocent goblin, curd stomping the lead wizard, and then burning down the manor is just really not worth looking into that deeply. Finally, though, after all of this and returning the little girl back to the Alderleaf Ranch, you didn't return the father, though, because he was already dead, but you gaslit the poor woman into thinking that her husband ran away. And that might just be the worst thing the party did.
To be
did
fair,
that actually happen?
Yes.
that girl's face was her own fault.
I will not hear anything from the man who tried to argue the aerodynamics of a small girl strapped to a rocket knee. I will hear no.
You die.
She didn't point her hands forward like a cone. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, yeah.
It's
So
not my fault she's an idiot.
yeah, she's the idiot.
Yeah.
We then remembered our quest. We have to go save Gundren. So we stormed the Cragmaw Castle, which led to the freeing of a young goblin chef who then became pregnant with our Lord and Savior Atlas, and the death of King Groll. Victory was very short-lived, though, because after we rescued Gundren, we spiked the former king anus to mouth on the front lawn as a warning to those who dare challenge anyone else for the throne. Targor, the war band chief for King Groll, immediately showed up, and everyone ran away through a collapsed wall. Immediately
After we put that up as a challenge.
Yeah, immediately challenged everyone, spiked this poor king, dead king, anus to mouth on the front lawn.
And ran away.
Just
That's
ran
actually
away.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Many drinks were had that night, so much so that the party not only challenged a dragon, losing poor Febs in the process. May he rest in peace. But you also challenged the DM's very will to live by beginning the trend of attacking any NPC the DM writes that had more than one dimension. There may have also been a disagreement over blinding someone in the party. Thankfully, the party's bond was so strong, it really didn't affect anybody. I'm looking at 2 people in particular. Yeah, I'd cover my camera too. Yeah, I cast blindness on Thess, I believe was the words.
Hey, it's a good spell, honestly.
Yeah. The DM rewarded such behavior by unleashing the big bad evil guy, Nezar the Black Spider, on the party. Nezar, a drow sorcerer, handily defeated the party and warned them not to interfere by taking Gundren again and then murdering poor Carp right in front of the party's eyes. He also wiped out Fandlin for a good measure. Did that inspire the party to action? Did they rally behind this defeat to attack? No, they kind of just ran around, gave an oxen god kidney stones, and killed a lot of orcs in a cave. But then we went after Nezar. In the Wave Echo Cave, we faced our greatest challenge yet. Our legal team, who attempted to copyright strike the Guardians for all of the copywriting they did. Thankfully, they failed, and now free to do whatever they want with zero consequence. They immediately jizzed on a ghost and watched way too many episodes of Grey's Anatomy and brought Thess back to life and then killed him and brought him back to life and then killed him and brought him back to life and then killed him and then brought him back to life for good. Uzurk hit him and then brought him back to life and then killed him. There was also a fight over the death of a slime Pokemon thing. Good thing our chemistry is strong. Right, guys? Right, Adam?
I had no part in this.
Marge isn't here to argue his side of it. Finally, it was the showdown with Nezar and beyond the swift and definitely not pre-planned death of party member Mr. Abysmal. The party actually managed to win, believe it or not. The Rockseeker brothers, minus the one that we killed, were saved. Returning to Phandelven, which was not destroyed, only an illusion, which was definitely not a cop-out by the DM. Don't know what you're talking about. I will hear no questions on the fact. The heroes were able to rest and relax as Karp ran around with the dismembered schlong in his hands as a sword. That is where we left everything. So to kind of build off of that, we will begin campaign 2 with a homebrewed kind of epilogue / prologue that will kind of bridge the two campaigns. I've gone a little overboard with this. I actually had to walk myself out of the document because I've written over 30 pages, which is a third of what our last campaign was.
A mini novel.
It's essentially at this point a mini novel, yes. So we're gonna start that. We'll get to when we're gonna start and schedules and all that a little later. But first, let's get into characters. So we have two characters returning. Thormir, our cleric, will be coming back. Jeremy, thank you for taking that one on the chin once again.
Yep. I thought I'd be a sucker for punishment.
Yeah.
Just dribbling down there.
Yeah. And then, of course, the real icon of our party, Uzurk. George Pelt will be bringing back Uzurk, which I'm really happy. But to kind of build off of that, we have a party of 7 again, so we have 5 new characters. For those guys who kind of just joined, we talked about it early. We'll start them at level 5, 2 magical items, maximum 1 blue. Multi-classing is allowed. And if the new guys kind of want to talk about their new characters, you don't have to go into full background, but just kind of tell everyone what your character is. Brad, do you want to start?
Sure. All right. So I did put a thing in the introductory page if you guys want to see that later. Doesn't matter. But my guy's name is Helix. He's an artificer. And his race is Warforged. So if you don't know, a Warforged is basically like if Iron Man and Groot had a baby. They're made of wood and they have metal skin. They were made during a war, however long ago. Anyway, so he's pretty old. He's an old guy. He's like 138 years old, whatever. And he's an old war hero from days of yore.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. He's a little tanky, but you know, if you get a hit on him, he will feel it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right, good enough. Mr. Smith, care to tell us about our new acquaintance?
Dick Moon, human fighter.
I like it.
Yeah.
He's a soldier. His family comes from a long line of soldiers. Kind of the head of the clan that he ran with is dead, so he's kind of a wanderer now. And that's about it.
Okay.
Is he related to
He does.
Saruman?
No relation.
No
He did
comment.
dick a
No
sailor
comment.
once,
No
but-
comment. All right. Adam, if you want to reintroduce us, I guess. Adam. You're still muted there, champ.
Oh. Why does it say paladin?
I thought you were a paladin, but you're just a warlock?
I mean, yeah, I'm a
Alright, cool.
warlock something or other. I don't know.
Yeah, Hexblade. Okay, I beat.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my guy's Prozac.
He back.
Prozac Delighter. He's a real chipper guy. He loves life. He's a halfling, and he became a warlock because he wanted to get back at his overly eccentric and happy family members who are circus folk.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I don't remember the rest.
All right. Good enough. Josh, are you able to speak at the moment? Will the spirit of Josh please page me? Someone want to talk about my guy. He started as a human sharpshooter for his town, got killed in battle by a cursed dagger. However, the dagger's curse brought him back to life, where he is now inhabited by the spirit and has a split personality that gave him wizarding powers, but also aggressive magic of being a warlock. He is an aggressive good guy that will do good, and his name is currently unknown. But he's going to be a hexblade wizard. Did I do good, Josh? Will the ghost of Josh key his microphone twice? He will do good things, really aggressively. Is what he's saying. Is what his ghost is
Yes,
telling
like over the top kind of
me.
thing.
Yeah. Marge just messaged me, said he's not going to make her. Marge, we love you. Did good, Jeffrey. Thank you. You spelt my name wrong, you fuck. Marge sent me what he's going to do for his character, though. He's going to be Stranger Danger, the Ranger. And
How many schools will he get kicked out of?
he's already not allowed within 500 feet, my guy. Like, it is.
Or is he the instructor? Maybe hence why the name.
No. He's very much not allowed in schools.
Well, you got to show them what not to do first.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, less said about that, the better. All right. Let's get into the kind of meaty stuff before we get into the fun stuff. Schedule. Last year, I know we did kind of every 8 days because that kind of worked for the majority of us on shift. I know there's still a lot of us that would do shift work. So do we want to continue kind of doing that every 8-day thing? Or do we want to like pick a certain night of the week? And if people can make it, they can make it. And if not, then unfortunate.
I'm good with the every 8, but I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, honestly. Well, maybe a mixture of both, just depending on the week.
Okay. Do we want to just do what we did last time? I'll literally throw a poll up at the end of every session and we all pick the date. Go from there.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Worked last year.
Yep. Start time. I know we start at 7:30. It usually gets pushed to 8 by the time everyone gets on. Do we want to try and start a little earlier, or is that kind of already like as early as people can make it?
I think with kids, that's just how it's gonna be. It's always gonna get pushed.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine. Life happens. I get it.
I mean, bedtime's like before 7, so.
Yep, that's
But
fair.
everybody's different, so.
Yep. Okay.
I could have put the bed early.
Yeah, I say we keep it at that same time then, around 7:30, and if we have to kind of move and adjust week to week, we do that then.
But I mean, if we can start early, we can start early.
Yeah, exactly. If it's like a Saturday afternoon and none of us are doing anything, then yeah, we'll do like an afternoon session if we can. But yeah, it'll just all kind of depend on the day in the week. Okay, that works with me. So then gets into campaign length. So this campaign, which I guess I didn't even really introduce, I do have a video that is going to be the new intro to all the videos, like all the videos on YouTube and stuff. That kind of shows it. I don't know if the video audio will work, but. Sorry?
Are you showing it right now?
I am. I was showing it, but it's okay.
You're only sharing the browser, nothing else.
Oh fuck. Okay, never mind. It'll be on the fucking video. Regardless, we're doing. What a fail by me once again.
Don't worry about it.
Tyranny of Dragons. That's the campaign we're gonna be doing. It is a long fucking campaign. It's essentially the two first 5e campaigns amalgamated into one, because it is a overarching story. So it will probably take us about 2 to 3 years with summer and holiday breaks. Is everyone still okay with doing a campaign that long? I can modify it and shorten it down. I'm seeing a lot of head shakes up and down, so I'm going to take that as yes. Perfect. Good. All right. Okay. Now we're on to kind of the funner stuff. New stuff for
With
campaign
that,
2. Oh,
with that campaign length, I should get the hang of my character before the very end.
that is the hope. So this campaign, it literally takes. It's supposed to be 1 to 15. We're getting a bit of a head start, starting at level 5. But yes, the end goal is to have your characters, by the time we face the big bad of this, you will be level 15. So yeah, new for campaign 2. I am not the greatest at describing things, especially final kills. Those, hi puppy. See, and I get distracted very easily. Hi Achilles. Um, in listening to the campaign over again, I used a lot of the same deaths and final blows, a lot. So for campaign 2, you guys will make the killing blows every time. As soon as I will ask you to roll for hit. If it is a hit and the damage does enough to kill, I will be asking you guys to describe how it happens. That kind of gives you more of an attachment to your character. You guys know your characters better than I know them, so this will just give you more immersion into your characters and how you guys interact.
I think your favorite question the DM can ask is, how do you want to do this?
Exactly. That's kind of the point. It gives you guys more creative control over how you guys do it. Because it's not really fun for you guys to just kind of sit there, roll as I describe what your character does. So this just gives you more to do. Another big thing that was asked from the end of campaign 1 to campaign 2 is more puzzles and traps. I will be doing that. I will be adding more into it. In the homebrew alone, there's at least, I think, 5 or 6 puzzles and traps.
No colors and shapes. We're borderline retarded.
Jeff, I have
Yes, Bradley.
this time around. You think there'd be a little more focus on your passives for like your perception and investigation?
Yes.
And
There's gonna be a lot more passives, a lot more constant. We were talking about this earlier. If spellcasters, you will be asked to do concentration checks for when you're attacked. That's kind of something that we didn't do last time. But yes, a lot less rolls for perception unless I'm like really making you look for something, and a lot less of what do you call it? I asked basically. I found a lot of the times I was asking you guys to roll for performance to do stuff, and that kind of gets old really quick if you don't have high dex. So we're actually doing something to change that too. I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, more puzzles, more traps, no shapes, no colors, because that took way longer than I think
Longer
any
than
of
the boss
us.
fight.
It was longer than the boss fight. You are correct. I think I timed it while going through it last time. It took us 28 minutes, and we wanted to sacrifice the goblin to get it over with. So yeah, a lot more of that, and I find that doing more stuff like that, it kind of encourages more
Hello,
teamwork.
Josh.
Hey, Josh.
I will say I did get the riddle right.
Which riddle
I
was
was
that?
the one that picked the
No,
right
you
box.
used the wrong formula, but you got
Yeah,
there.
it was.
Listen. I still got the right answer. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
Yep, 100%.
My favorite part of that entire thing was finally having someone who knew the answer, like the DM in Pelt, and him and I just sitting there in the background texting and laughing. Like, I don't know how they're getting it right, but they're using the absolute wrong formula. That was amazing. I did enjoy that. After getting it wrong once. Okay. Don't think there should be anything else on that. Okay. We are adding new types of roles. So this is kind of what I was leading to with the getting rid of roll for performance. We're adding something that's going to be called roll for emphasis. And what this is whenever you want to do something like rolling to hit, but you're going to do a backflip over someone, or anything that's to be done like risky, or basically anything that Uzurk does where his mind just kind of goes and he wants to do something really messed up with someone's body parts, you're going to do what's going to be called roll for emphasis. And I'm stealing this directly from Dimension
Brandon
20.
Mulligan.
Yep. Thank you, Brandon Mulligan. Basically, what you're going to do, you're going to roll 2d20s, and whichever die is furthest away from 10, that is your roll that you're going to get. So I'll say, for example, roll for emphasis. You roll 2d20s, say you get a 10 and a 17, you get the 17. So that is a success on a 17. So you would then describe how you would do such a thing. And if there is ever a tie, we would just re-roll. Does that make sense to everybody? Any questions?
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, exactly. High risk, high reward. Okay, so there's that one. And then this next one is actually a homebrewed by Pelt, which I immediately fell in love with. It is going to be called Deal with the Devil Rolls. Basically, before any of you guys try to make either a attack, a saving, or a skill check, you have the ability to cry out, "I want to make a deal." And when that happens, time stops. Everyone stops.
Howie Mandel appears from the mist.
Kind of.
Deal or no deal?
Kind if Howie Mandel wasn't a germaphobe and actually ruled hell, yes. Basically, a slender cloaked figure will rise up from the ground. He will tell you all things have a price, and then you automatically roll a nat 20. However, you will then be marked, and if you guys could open up the thing I'm sharing, I have created devil marks for every single one of your things. So this is how I will keep track of it. So you'll see a little devil mark on your camera screen. You should if you're looking at my shared thing.
I see nothing.
All right.
Only
hang
sharing
on.
the browser, Jeff.
Am I still only sharing the browser? God damn it. All right, share OBS. It's been a while for me, okay? It's been a while since I've done
There we
this.
go. Now it looks nice.
Yeah.
Holy shit. There's things.
There's things on your screen. Look at that.
Wow.
Cool. This is much nicer.
Yeah. So you'll have this, and basically what that means is you're marked, and whenever I feel like it, next time you roll a nat 20, time will stop again. This slender figure will come back, once again saying all things have a price, and the roll immediately becomes a nat 1. So basically what you're doing is sacrificing a nat 1 for a nat 20.
Short-term gain, long-term pain.
Exactly. And again, like all of, I shouldn't really say again, all of these are up for discussion. If anyone wants to kind of change it or we don't really like it, it doesn't have to add. This is all stuff that everyone's kind of brought to me with stuff we want to do.
I think the thing that I was going to bring, I think I brought up to you before there, Jeff, about the deal with the devil, is I think you should be able to call the nat 1 on any roll and not just an.
Okay.
Just because it is very hype when you finally get a nat 20 because it doesn't happen often.
It could be like Jeff
That's the point
rolls
of it,
for
though.
himself too. Jeff could roll and say, "I'm going to call it if it goes over this." If Jeff has his own check for calling a roll,
I'd be evil. I'd use it on a nat 20 regardless.
that's why you're not.
I mean,
DM.
he definitely could, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But I think it still could be like one of those things where he can use it more, and then once it's used up, once he uses his nat 1 ability, then we can do it again. Like we can only
Yeah.
have it done once at a time.
Yeah. Okay,
So that
I
way,
like
if
that.
it
Honestly, I
because
really like that.
because you can go the entire campaign and not roll a single nat 20.
Okay, you don't got to call Adam out like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think if you did it on like whatever role you want to do, like
Okay.
if we're really hyping this up and you just go nah, I think that could be more funnier in moments
Okay, I
than
like
just
that.
a nat
I
20.
really like that. Does that work for everybody? So
Yeah.
basically, instead of replacing a nat 20, um, at my discretion, you're dead.
What? We just drop?
No, not draw, but you you basically get a nat 1 whenever I want. I feel like it.
Don't throw around you dead like that, please.
Hey, listen, you're dead. You're dead.
No.
Okay.
Speaking of lethal company rules, please.
Absolutely, lethal company rules.
There's a lot of talking in the Discord after you're dead.
Yeah. Once you're dead, you're dead. Shut your mouth. Okay, so I'm good with that. So we've changed that. Okay, so this next part, I'm going to be sending everybody something right now. This is something that I've came across on TikTok and I fell in love with it. It's called I Know a Guy cards. Basically, everyone is going to be given a card right now as I go through and do my magic. And what this card is a description of an NPC that you can use once to get the party out of a situation. You guys control all of the details of the character, but once it's a part of the world, I then control how they act.
Dialogue.
Dialogue and stuff like that, yeah.
I can't fucking read this.
If you have trouble reading it, let me know.
Okay.
I can send you a
Where
text
where
version.
did you send this,
I'm
Jeffrey?
sending it everybody on
For
Discord.
DM. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't share them.
Don't share them. You can tell other people what it is if you want, but it's kind of fun just to have a secret.
Yeah, I prefer to be secret because
So
that's just metagaming isn't fun sometimes.
Yep, I'm
Most of
fine
the
with that.
is this like everyone has access to this?
Everyone has a
their own
different one.
separate.
Everyone
Oh,
has a
okay.
different one.
No.
Hi, Amanda.
Do you hear the demands she's making?
I'm sure it's very reasonable.
Unbelievable.
Listen, you probably deserved it.
Marge just
Did you
messaged
say-
me. What the hell is this? I'll explain later.
Did you say we got code
Can
words
we-
or something?
No, you're
Can we
getting
vote to
a
have Amanda in the
NPC.
party instead of Jeremy?
Save that for later there, Adam.
Yeah, so
your
save
DM.
that.
What?
Save that for later. It's basically
Adam's
a card you can use to get the party out of a situation. Basically, you know how in Empire Strikes Back, the party is lost until they go, wait, I know a guy, Lando, and then they go. It doesn't really end up well, but
And they get fucked. Yeah.
yes. But basically, it's just like I know a guy that can kind of get us out of the situation. It can only be used once, and then after that, they're gone. Because I don't need the party to get up to 27 members again, they cannot become party members.
Listen, that was not my fault. All right.
No, I know who was the driver of the slave train, and he will not be named.
So they can't be party members, but what about familiars?
We'll talk about it.
We can have familiars.
We'll
What?
talk
I mean,
about it.
that's
We'll
the whole
talk
point
about it.
of
We'll talk about
familiars.
it.
Half my moveset.
Yeah, you don't need more. Marge is super confused, and it's really funny.
Don't worry.
Huh?
Because I sent it to everybody, and I forgot that he's not here.
Mm.
So he's just like, what the fuck is this?
Did you say you sent it to people? Oh,
On Discord, yeah.
mine's Gizmo.
Adam!
Adam.
Hey,
No.
chill out. It's a small soldier's joke.
I thought you'd appreciate that. Okay, so that's basically that. You can pull it out at any time you want.
I
Either
still haven't got one.
either just tell me before the campaign or DM me private like, hey, I'm going to use my card, and then you and I can kind of go back and forth on how we want to introduce the character. Because if it's like if you guys are in the middle of a dungeon, I'm not going to just have like, oh wait, I know a guy that can kind of put us in a hotel, and there just be a hotel in this dungeon. Like there has to be some way for it to work. Like you're not just gonna walk around the corner like, man, we're starving, and there's a guy running a McDonald's. So there's
But
gonna
what
be a
about a
little
Mickey Donaldo's?
maybe maybe
McFandolins.
Good old McFandolins. Okay, so those are I know I got cards. All right,
Yeah,
next
but I
part.
didn't fucking get mine. What the fuck?
You got yours. Oh, you didn't get yours.
The fuck is this?
All right, you got yours. I'm sorry, I sent it to Meta, not you. He's so excited to look at everyone. He's so excited reading it. His camera froze.
That energy.
For exhaustion, we're not doing D&D rules. We're doing these ones.
Yeah, this is D&D rules.
Level 1 and 2 are swapped.
Level, yes, they are. Yes, oh yeah, it is shit. Okay, we'll get into that.
I'm just making sure.
Yep. So exhaustion. A lot of people went down last campaign, and they got right back up, and they were in a fighting mood. I'm proposing we add exhaustion maxed at level 3. That when you go down and come back up in the same combat, this is the effects you get. So if you go down once, Brad's right, I put these in wrong. You get disadvantage on saving throws. You go down twice. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I am just... Ignore me. Hang on. Where's my technical difficulties?
It's okay, Jeff. You're out of practice.
I am out of practice. Didn't even realize I wasn't even streaming OPS.
What's OPS?
Oh, see, I can't even say it right. Throws. To have speed. So you go down once during combat and come back up. You have disadvantage on saving throws. You go down again. You have disadvantage on saving throws and your half speed. You go down again. You have disadvantage on attacks. That way it kind of adds a little more realism. You're not getting down and bludgeoned and half dead and then just getting right back up and running around again. Again, this is
Well, that
something...
makes sense for one of us.
Leave Thess out of this.
Yeah.
He died for our sins.
Yeah.
We brought him back, and then he gave up, and then we brought him back.
And then he thought he was the one that was dead, and said, go on without me, giving a final speech.
That-
Meanwhile, it was Billy that was actually dead.
That was just his spirit transitioning into Prozac.
It was.
I like that you're only maxing it to level 3 exhaustion because the
Yeah.
rest just sound horrible.
It's like, I'll bring up
Is
the
it-
actual chart.
Isn't exhaustion 5 death?
Yeah.
Level 6 is death. You just die.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just, you just drop dead.
exhaustion is one of those things that's
You need a scroll of resurrection or some shit.
Yeah. Revivify.
Is that
Is
gonna
there
be a thing?
actually? This is a side. Is there actually constant sound coming from me? I just don't know why.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, good. 'Cause my thing's just lit up constantly.
Okay, weird. So yeah, here we're only doing 3. 4, I felt like that got a little ridiculous. 5, you're basically useless, and 6, that's not how I want to see a character go down.
yeah. Exhaustion is one of those things that it's like it's supposed to be like okay for a couple times, but then it's like a very steep curve.
Yes, that's
So
why
it's like
I kind of like
longer-
leaving it.
longer.
That's kind of why I like leaving it at 3, because you're basically useless with disadvantage on attack and throwing, without being a complete hindrance to the party.
So I have a question on that.
Yeah.
So if you already have advantage on a specific sort of saving throw and you're exhaustion level 3 or whatever, would they
I
just
would-
cancel
I
each
would
other
say-
out and you just have a regular throw?
Yep.
I would
Okay.
say you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Jeff, is the
100%.
spelling on
That's
your
how it
technical
works.
difficulty page supposed to be funny?
It's not supposed to be funny. It's AI art, and that's the best it could do.
Looks epic. Looks cool.
Oh, I see.
I like the sexton on the top. Just there. For
I mean,
some
it looks very cool. It just doesn't say difficulty.
No, it doesn't. That's literally the prompt I gave it was technical difficulty screen for D&D, and this is what it spat out at me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The longer you look at it, though, the more mistakes there are.
You could
Oh.
edit. You could edit in like a sticky note that says difficulty on it.
Brad, where were you a month and a half ago?
But you can do
Yeah,
it now.
No, it's already done.
No, you just
Nope, already done. Moving on.
Listen, you can talk to me anytime about any of this. I can help.
Okay, the last kind of new role kind of thing isn't really for you guys. It's for me. It's critical fumble table. Whenever you roll a nat 1, I will now roll a separate d20. And depending on what I get, this is... I'll zoom out so we can kind of see all of it. This is basically what's going to happen. So you roll in that one, instead of me just saying over and over, you dropped it, you fall prone, you dropped it. This kind of adds a little more flavor to it. So say you roll in that one, I'll then go and roll IRL with my little tiny dice here. 16. Okay, poor aim, you just missed, no real effect. Or say we go again, please be something different. 4. Clumsy footwork, your speed's reduced to 0 until the start of your next turn. If you've already moved this turn, you fall prone. So it just kind of adds more to me just saying, you fell.
But there's also part of that table where if you roll like 18, you can then have like advantage on your next.
Yeah, exactly. And if you get if I get a nat 20, then it's not a miss, it's a hit. So it's just kind of adds.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
like
Thank Josh for finding this actually.
I don't know if
Thank
you
you,
have
good sir. Thank you.
No.
notes or comments on it, Jeff.
Achilles.
I think we should do more with rests, long rests in particular, like having to have somebody on guard, and depending on the rest, you roll to see, or I guess you could get one of us to roll to see what happens during the night. That way it's not just like, oh, you did a long rest, okay, you slept. Like, we actually have to worry about having somebody on guard, or like something actually happening to the party during these rests.
That is
Well, hey, I have a thing
excellent
for that.
segue.
I have a thing for that, Jeff.
Do you?
Yes,
Oh, you have sentry
because
mode, don't you?
I do. So when we're resting, I just kind of sit there and watch. I don't
Yeah.
sleep at all, so I'm just always on sentry mode during long rests.
Elves
And-
can do that too by
Cool.
meditating.
Can they?
Yeah,
Reborn
it's
can
awesome.
as well.
That is
That's just super easy. So like when some things are around, you're just like, oh, hey, wake up, come on.
that is an excellent point, Pelt. It is later on. I will get to that. So the last thing with this, deal with the devil rolls. We'll use this chart, but with disadvantage. Just to kind of, again, shake it up a little bit.
The deal with the devil will also roll on that table.
Yeah. So when I use your deal of the devil, I'll use this chart, but with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for kind of new dice and rolling mechanics. I do want to get kind of into what Pelt was talking about with the role-playing aspect. The goal of this campaign for me personally will be let scenes breathe a little more. That was, again, just an error on my part as a new DM. I kind of wanted to okay, let's go to the next thing, 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 without really letting the party interact. And this is something that I know me and Jeremy kind of talked about. Like, yes, we made it to the end of the campaign, but you guys were just kind of 6 people. You didn't really have any moments that kind of bonded you as a team, except for the ones that kind of forced upon you, like the drinking game. So we're gonna have more interactions with NPCs. I want to kind of see more interactions with the party in character and just more kind of team building.
I mean, me and Marge bonded and then unbonded over an ox and then a slime thing.
Yeah, and you and Jeremy went from best friends in the light to I cast blindness on Thess and I cast sacred flame at him.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
I think one point that I would like to go forward, just because of the fact that we only have 2 returning characters, is I mentioned this to Jeff earlier in the year. I would like to start a subplot where Thormir's been trying to teach User how to read, write, and speak Common Tongue.
Yes. And I tried to learn Oafish.
Goliath.
Yeah. So just small things like that. That's kind of what I want to see more of.
That's a good idea, though, Pelt. That way you can like phase that in too.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be able to iterate jokes better and stuff, and with my 2-year-old mentality, it was really hard to portray jokes. So if
Yeah.
I in game speak better, it'll make it easier for that stuff to come along.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things in the rule book too is that you can learn like additional skills, but it's over the course of like a whole campaign kind of thing. Like towards the end of the campaign or 3/4, you could like learn another language.
Yeah.
Like you can do like one thing at a time over the course of a campaign and learn that extra skill.
Yep. And
So
I mean,
that makes sense.
Listen, hearing Uzer go is just as funny as it was the first time.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, pretty much.
but character development is key.
And doesn't proficiency that like anybody can learn a new proficiency really at time?
Yeah,
If
and
they work
especially
at
the
it.
amount of time we're going to be spending with these characters, unless they die.
Thanks.
Hey, listen, if we show up to the campaign and I just send you a blank character sheet, take note.
Oh no.
I'm learning to make explosives.
Oh, good.
Working explosives.
Stay away from the artificer. You two are not allowed
Come
to be
here,
friends.
Uzer. Let's go.
The next one is not pointed at anyone in particular. I'm just going to make it a little bigger.
Probably me.
What is it?
Whoever could you be referring
That
to?
was a lot of people.
Jeff, do you want to make it bigger? I don't think the people in the back can see
Oh
it.
yeah, sorry for those in the back. Hang on.
How about we zoom in the screen a little?
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right.
And
What does it
see
mean?
shit. Random ass NPCs.
No killing random people for no reason.
What?
Yes.
But that's
the
half the
rabbit.
fun.
Bad manners, man, and my character will just PK you. I will player kill.
What's the point of a fake world if you can't slaughter a couple random people?
Listen, I said less, not no.
Not no more.
There's acceptable times. There are acceptable
There are
times.
acceptable times. It was originally no,
The
but I came to
DM's
my
gonna feed
senses.
you a bar fight or two.
Yes, the DM.
What about
You are
bringing people to the brink of
dampening
death?
my creativity, sir.
No, I'm
Incorrect.
forcing you to expand your creativity to not just hi, look at this character, murder.
It's real one note, Adam.
So it says less
That's
murder.
the only note I have, Brad.
It's pretty brown, not gonna lie.
Are we still allowed to like edge people to the edge of death?
Rephrase
It's not
that right now.
Killing them. No, I phrased it like that for a reason.
What?
Are we
He's
really
talking
done
about
with phrasing?
mine.
I'm not
Listen,
upset.
We
I
can
just
bring like
Make that a rule. Better phrasing.
listen. We can bring in like John Kramer into this and be like, listen, I didn't kill the guy. The traps killed the guy.
again,
He
you were
killed
not allowed to make
himself
friends
with
with
my
the
hand.
artificer. New rule. No one is allowed to make friends with the artificer.
I may or may not know how to make bombs that go off when they say a random word.
You walk into a room, all of a sudden I just hear a box go, I would like to play a game.
Sure, I'll play.
So yes, whatever that big, large pink wording says, it will be dealt with uninspired rolls if it is out of turn. Because, listen, the first couple times, it was funny. Then I started to get angry. Then
Secret Flame.
Sacred Flame, throw an axe at him, throw a hobo at him, give the god kidney stones. There's only so much I can take.
I mean, the last one. I mean,
All of that is comedy gold. We are heading into a dictatorship, my good sirs.
well, man, comedy comes in threes. That was like 12s.
Which is divisible by 3.
Yeah, you
That's
poor,
fair.
poor number choosing on that one, Brad.
Okay.
That's quick math.
Okay. So,
14.
there we go. Again, time and place. Not every time.
I'm gonna forget,
Fine.
but yeah,
I
sure.
I will have a digital spray gun.
Jeff, I got about 10 more minutes and then I'm out of here.
Yep, that's fine. We're pretty close. This is what Pet was talking about, long rests. But now that we know we have someone with fucking sentry, but this is key right here. Enemies will sometimes respawn or regroup during a long rest. So that kind of makes sense. Like especially if we're in a cave or a castle, if you guys are long resting, obviously they're not just kind of stay in place. They're going to kind of regroup, move around the castle, find the dead bodies that are there, and that kind of stuff.
I
So
have
what
a question.
happens when? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brad.
So for your character specifically, or in the campaign, if we're like moving around obstacles, would there be more of a focus of like how heavy is that thing? Because everybody's character based on strength can move things.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
I'm good with that. Adam,
Alright.
you muted yourself, champ.
Yeah, I forgot.
That was fast.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, ADHD, man.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Back to something once again. Table etiquette. Player movement in above VTT. There is time for
Oh, I
quick
remember.
off. However,
What happens when a long rest is interrupted?
long rest is interrupted. So say Brad is dead, and
Okay.
we long rest and bring him back after the long rest. It turns into a short rest.
So, like, if we get attacked mid-resting.
You would instead of long resting, you would short rest and then go into a fight.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. Thank you. Thank you. For
So
remembering.
so this one with that one, Jeff, instead of everybody just clicking the buttons for long rest as they normally would autonomously, you'd have to tell them after the fact.
Yeah. So yeah,
Now,
we'll
click.
plan for a long rest. I'll kind of describe what happens, and then as we're waking up, that's when everyone will hit long rest. Just so there's no confusion. So yeah, on to my next point here. Proper etiquette with player movement and above VTT. It's all.
Makes sense more.
I know. I realize he's not here. There's a time for gooping off and running around, and I literally have constructed one of the things so that you guys can run amok and run around and get it out of your system before we get into it. But no more running amok and then not expecting to have consequences if you run back into the smog. Again, not mentioning a person or an event. Just
Probably me.
no, he's not here at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, because he ran into another room, started an encounter, and then wasn't here for the next session.
Yes, and then you also ran into a room, started an encounter, and then got very upset when I told you to stay in that room.
I know what was happening.
You got very upset
See?
with me.
Probably me.
No, it wasn't you. It was Brad.
It was me.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
He got
you
very,
doing?
very upset when he ran into the next room, saw a bunch of people, and went, "Nope."
Hell nah.
There was also a time where Jeff was explaining something and then someone took off for an entire and for the smog 4 times.
He's not here. Let's not bring it up. But yes, to quote the grapevine, our actions have consequences. Another thing, if someone's talking / describing something, please do not talk over them unless it is somewhat relevant. I know we are all friends. I know we all have funny stuff to talk about. But if someone is describing something, there's nothing more annoying than hearing, "Oh, hey, did you see the new Lethal Company update?" Yes, there will be a time for us to talk about Lethal Company because this is our current group obsession. Just not while either myself or someone else is describing something.
What game's that?
Buy it already, you plug. If you want to talk to someone, direct message them or wait until that person is done talking. Another thing, again, not mentioning any names, no rolling without explanation first.
Okay.
I think there is only one person guilty
In
of
case I
that.
wasn't clear, Brad, no rolling in without explanations first. I just got a Discord pop. I'm going to assume it was him sending me something profane.
Can be this.
Yeah.
But Jeff, I did a religious roll on this thing.
Yeah. I did a religious wool. Okay, what do you want to do with it? I don't know. Do something with it.
Am I religious now?
All right. Billy's attacking. Thormir's swinging. For some reason, Billy's in the corner praying.
Billy found God.
Yeah.
Billy was a
Multiple
monk.
times
What
during
was
the
he supposed to
campaign.
do?
Not kill the tiny goblin in the cave
Listen.
who was giving us the information. You were just too ADHD to wait for him to give out the information.
Yep.
All right, and then just kind of the last point I have here. I've made the tough decision to kind of stop streaming on Twitch. It's a lot of a commitment. It's a lot of money. So we won't be doing these live per se anymore. They're still going to be recorded, edited, and podcasted, but just not live anymore. And
That's
just with above VTT, the audio podcasts will come out first because just the way the maps are, even if they're hidden, they're just kind of grayed out. So I don't want to spoil anything. So videos will come out in clumps, kind of once we've finished on one map.
You say it cost you money?
Yeah, like
How?
all the emotes, those were we were talking about that earlier. They were really expensive. Like that the ox one I made myself, but like the closet one, that one cost me $50.
Oh.
Yeah. And just there's just there's some changes. I honestly I just don't have time for it. Is the big thing. So
Fair enough.
you can use clip this as my retirement speech.
Mhm.
Going in the Hall of Fame. And yeah, I
Really
guess yeah. So yeah, audio podcasts will come out first. I make sure that they're out on all platforms, so I'll let you guys know. I'll share a link. I'll put this video up and podcast up either tonight or tomorrow at some point. If you guys want to kind of re-listen to it and figure out what the rules are. And yeah, videos will come out whenever we've done an area. Like I'll show you an example.
Like, are you still gonna put stuff like on YouTube? Or
Yes,
what?
yes, the videos will still be out on
Oh.
YouTube. Like
Ah,
the
okay. Well, that's
tavern
basically the same
we
thing, then.
are starting in. This is
Good lord.
This is the tavern. Now I'll hide these ones. Like, yes, you can't like really see them, but you look like close enough, you can still see that something's there.
I mean, it's also a thing too where if we're looking at your screen, I think we can still see like encounters. And stuff.
Yes, you can see encounters that are built. You can see HP,
I don't think we see
ACs.
like we don't see like fog and stuff.
Yes.
on our screen, whereas on your screen we see the stuff that's in the fog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because
Yeah.
on one of these, there we will be using fog, and
I suppose at that point, just don't share to Discord. We can do everything in
well,
above.
I won't be sharing to Discord at all during this
Oh,
campaign
okay.
because we all
Sure.
have above VTT, so we may
All
still
we need to do is
use. Yeah, all we need is either the video, or we can even honestly we can jump into above VTT. Actually, I don't think it has video anymore, does it?
I don't
I'm
know. I
not seeing.
haven't been on there since.
I don't see the option for it there anymore because usually it was right below the dice block.
hmm
So they may not have the service anymore. So we'll literally just be using Discord for communication and cameras.
Maybe just until they figure out how to fix it again.
Yeah, exactly. It was buggy
It,
as all hell to begin with, anyways.
it worked for like the first little while, and then
Yeah.
Is that German in the AI tablet thing?
I don't know what it
let's not worry
is.
about it.
Flaup the Klauendauben. Flip the Cowdenupe.
$5 to the person who can figure out what it means.
Not I.
And yeah, that's basically all I have, guys. Does anyone have anything else they kind of want to bring up? Anything they want to add? Anything they kind of want to go over before we start? I will be putting a poll up once we're done here for our first session. It will not be until the new year, just because trying to plan around everyone's late December plans is a nightmare.
I do have one comment. If people are okay with it, with your like carry
No.
weight and strength when you're moving things.
Okay. What do you want to? What do you got?
Well, because it's already built into D&D Beyond, that like your encumbrance and whatnot. So I figured if we actually played to that and not have our packs just filled with crap and we weigh 700 pounds, we actually have to pick and choose what we carry.
Unless you have a bag of holding.
Unless you have a bag of holding, which I don't believe anyone does.
You make one.
We do
Yeah,
it.
I don't hate playing with encumbrance.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
It might help us keep track of who has what item and keep
Mhm.
people accountable for like remembering that they have
Yeah,
that, really.
because I
Right, so the
the D
stronger of us would carry more than
Hmm.
me, right?
Pack
Yeah.
mules.
the
Yeah,
the
which
DM
are-
donkey will not be coming back. Eonk.
I had another one, but I forgot it. If I remember it later, I'll just DM it to you.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, I can't spell anyways, so
It's an E
thank you everyone. Hey.
and a U.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's encumber instead of cucumber.
Yeah. Anything else? We all
No,
good?
the main points I wrote down was the exhaustion on downs max to level 3,
Yep.
roll for emphasis, and deal with the devil.
Yep, that is literally the main kind of
Okay.
thing. And I'll share this document so everyone kind of has it so we can all kind of refer to it during the campaign.
I guess crafting would be during long rests. I guess traditionally.
Long rest. We did craft once last campaign when we killed what was your axe's name that missed all the time, Adam? Tom.
Tom?
Yeah, we had to
Yeah.
craft Chuck and Larry. So
But he did that during one long rest, which
yes,
something like that takes like multiple.
yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
but we also had 3 people roll for it. How we did that was
Oh,
actually
that's true.
yeah,
Yeah,
there was a lot of
I
people
think there
working on
was-
that.
There was
So
something
if
with
you're-
that go that would like someone had like background in like blacksmith or something.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're proficient, obviously. But
I
like,
did.
Yeah,
guess if
that's
you're-
what I did with like Thormir.
So if you're like out in the field, you obviously can't craft certain things if you don't have the tools, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
unless, unless you have the tools, like I have thieves' tools and smithing tools. Like that's just my character already owns.
Yep.
Because of the class, they're like, here, I have tools, and I'm like proficient at like 4 different tools, but I can't use half of them because I don't own them. So if you want shoes, I can make them. but I have to make them in town.
I have an idea, but it might take some writing, Jeff.
Did you not hear the part where I wrote 30 pages of a homebrew and had to lock myself
Boozer's
out?
gonna write it.
I think since this is going to be a long campaign and bring us to like level 15,
Yep.
I think we should introduce like ancestral weapons. So something that is built for each specific character that is tailored to them, and it's not just like you go out and you find a sword and that's it. You should have to, like, every character should throughout the campaign find like notes or clues to their ancestral weapon, and then have to gather the specific parts from around the different areas that we go to be able to bring them to like an ancient forge or something.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get my antimatter rifle, Jeff?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I would say like either in addition to that, or maybe just like a amendment to
Yep.
part of the first campaign was loot.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a common thing in D&D, but it seems like we only got stuff from which it was cool stuff and it was fun, but we only got stuff from like the holiday
Yes. Yeah. And
stuff,
that's
as opposed to like getting a satisfactory, like, and I mean we definitely picked it up like by the end of the campaign.
and that is
But
mainly because
they-
Lost Mind of Phandelvin is built as a beginner's campaign, and it's to kind of show you each aspect. Like, okay, we're going to show you this once, we'll
I
show you
see.
this once, we'll
Yeah.
show you this once, we'll show you this once.
Mhm.
In most campaigns, there is a lot more loot.
I
Okay,
see.
so more common random ass shit
But-
to sell later.
Yes.
Okay,
and
that's why there's
saying
such a
that,
focus on money and
Sorry, Josh?
in saying that we also didn't request to loot
Yes.
as much as we should have as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to go crazy with it either. You got to have a happy balance.
No,
Especially with the looting.
But there was also times where like we went and cleared out like an entire cave and never looted once.
Yes.
I
When there
suppose that
could
was
have
what
been,
all the
like, a
perception
potion.
checks were, because I think that was the assumption we'd find loot if we did perception.
Well, like
Never spoken outright.
yeah, as an example, and not we should do it this way, but like one of the podcasts I listen to
Yep.
from D&D, they have a campaign that spans the whole year.
Yep.
And so it's like an episode a week, so 52 episodes. And in that 52 episodes, they have like 3 or 4 different segments. And then at the end or beginning of each segment, there would be a typical merchant guy who would come along and say, "Hey, I got some stuff just special for you," like, and it gives you the opportunity to buy like 7, you get to
Yep.
choose from 7 interesting items, and it's like you can buy them if you want, or you don't have to buy anything at all.
Yeah.
What do you buy?
It's just,
What do you sell?
yeah, hey, I got my trench coat here, like, look at these things, you want some of this, huh?
Khajiita's
like-
theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Just-
All right. See you, Brad.
Yeah. Bye, Brad.
I do
Hey,
too.
Brad.
Yeah. No,
Bye,
and
Jeremy.
that totally works with me.
Sounds good, boys.
Yep. Later, buddy.
Yeah.
Just something along those lines, just to kind of give us a, not that there isn't something to look forward to, but like just another thing to like
Yep, I'm
strive
fine with that.
towards.
Traveling, looting, and
And like I said, it doesn't have to be that type of thing. It's just, oh, you're in a town and there's a store having a sale. You can do this, or
yeah, that's
or-
kind of again back to the last campaign was just kind of like a show this, show that. Barthen's store. It's just basically to show you like the basics of a store. I actually did find a Google Drive with like every type of store you can do and how 5e wants it to work. So I have that, and I'll be using that throughout the campaign. So if we're in like a more wintry setting, there's like a winter version of a general store armory.
Hoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Exactly.
I don't know if this kind of ties into the murder hoboing, Jeff, but I think we need to play around our alignments more.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So the
whether you're
alignment you
chaotic
pick.
neutral, chaotic evil,
Ah.
lawful good, because we have a lot of people that are like lawful good, like playing like murder hobos.
Oh, you mean like our monk?
It makes sense for Uzurk to murder hobo because he's chaotic.
Yes, he's
Or,
chaotic.
or you
You're
know, or you know, a paladin.
Hey, he was lawful chaotic, okay?
yeah.
That was the whole demon backstory.
That was true. Yes, but yes, I 100%
Yeah.
agree. Play to your alignment, and we'll get into alignments and stuff like that before we start session 1.
You should also keep track of, I guess like almost like a karma system, good karma, bad karma,
Okay.
and change people's alignments depending on karma levels. So like if you have somebody who's chaotic neutral doing a bunch of good stuff,
Yeah.
their alignment would change to like
Chaotic
neutral
good.
neutral
Yeah.
or chaotic good.
Kind of. What's that? What's that PlayStation game?
It's like Red Dead.
Yeah, Red Dead, or what was that PlayStation game where you were given the powers and you could literally, it was, you had electric powers and you could either play good or bad.
The darkness. No, infamous.
Infamous. Thank you. Okay.
I was kind of thinking more of like the Fable series.
It's a similar
Like-
similar thing. Yeah.
where like if you do good, like your body starts like glowing like a god. But if you do like evil things, like you start growing horns.
We
It's
don't
just
need
Fallout.
to.
You get captions on the screen. Nobody liked that.
Everybody hated that. It would just constantly be the DM hated that, the DM hated that, the DM hated that, the DM hated that. All right. Anything else, guys? All
That's
right.
all I can think of.
Perfect. And yeah, like I said, I'll share this with everyone. We can all make notes on it. If we have any other ideas, throw it in the Discord. Yeah. Until then, we will begin in the new year. If you guys need help with characters, I know myself, Jeremy, Josh, and Pelt have dived deep into a lot of different character variations, so we can help. And yeah, until then, Merry Christmas, guys. If I'm not talking to you, hopefully I will be.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you
See you
more.
Monday.
And I'll see you Monday,
Hopefully
pals.
we can play some Lethal Company before then.
Yeah, we will definitely be playing some Lethal Company before then.
Excellent.
Perfect.